Rick, and this is a solve of one of my puzzles called Little Sandwiches. In this puzzle, we have a special rule for these diagonals. Every marked diagonal, for example, this 14 diagonal, there are exactly two digits. There's exactly one 1 and exactly one 9 along this diagonal. That's all there is. There's no more than one 9 and no more than one 1. And the digits sandwiched between the crust of 1 and 9 sum to 14. So these purple cells sum to 14. In addition to the little sandwich clues, we have these German whispers, and each neighboring cell along a German whisper, the digits differ by at least 5. So if this is a 6, this must be a 1. However, if it's a 7, this is either a 1 or a 2. So those are the clues, those are the rules. So here's my quick solve. I do have the pencil mark checker on to help improve the speed of the solve. The break-in is along this diagonal and this diagonal. Because of the German whisper, you must have at least 2 cells along this German whisper because there are inside the sandwich. So if this is the crust of the sandwich, then at least 2 of these have to be in the sandwich because the 10, one digit cannot sum to 10. So at least 2 cells on the German whisper are part of the sandwich, but you can actually rule out quickly all 3. So if this is the 1, 9 here, there's no way that these can sum to 10 because of the German whisper. The lowest you can get inside of here, because they can't be 1 or 9, so the lowest you can possibly be is potentially a 2, 8, and a 3. I think that's the lowest you can get. You can't even do a 2, 7, 1 because remember, only one 1 along the diagonal, and the crust will be here, and that'll be 2 1s. So that's the break-in, is realizing that the sandwich clue along these 10s have to be 2 digits long. So the next question is, well, what are those 2 digits? And because they're on the German whispers, the only combination that works is 2 and 8. So the sandwich filling for these 10s are 2 and 8. So can it be this 2 8, or does it have to be these 2 8s? And if it's these 2 8s, it actually breaks. And you can quickly see that breaks because this would be 2 8 here. This will also have to be 2 8 for this diagonal. And now, if you look closely, you realize these 2 digits would have to be the same digit, and that breaks Sudoku. So this cannot be the crust of the sandwich. The crust of the sandwich starts here, with the filling inside here, and the other side of the crust here. So I'm going to label the crust purple, or red and pink. Red and pink. And all non-crust cells I'm going to label gray. Remember, this can't be gray because of multiple reasons. Because there's already 2 crusts along this diagonal and because of the box. So let's just fill out some grays. And now, if you look at here, because the 1 and 9 is used, 4, 5, and 6 can't possibly go on the green. Well, 5 can never go on the green, but 4 and 6 can't go now because the 1 and 9 is not along the German whisper. So this is either 3, 8, 2, 7, or 3, 8, 2, 7. So now let's go along and look at this diagonal here. And you can quickly rule out that as part of the sandwich, the crust. This can't be crust because the red's already there. And now the red must be one of these two cells. But let's look at this cell. The lowest digit this could be is a 3 because of the 2-8 pair. And the lowest digit this could be is a 3 also because this is a 2-8 pair and they both see these 2 8s. So because of the 3-3, this has to be a 3. And now we can finish that whisper. And now you can realize that the other crust must be here because of the 3-3-3 is the minimum, and you can't put a 1 inside the filling of the sandwich. And remember to mark this as gray because it's outside the sandwich. Now, do more grays. You realize this 10 has to be a 3-4 pair here because 3 plus 7. So I'm going to mark that a little bit by doing a yellow, orange, just to realize they're different. So now let's look at this clue, this 12, and you realize this can't be purple. And now we're down to one of these two. So one of these two must be purple. And there's actually a few ways to figure this out. But the quickest way is to look at this diagonal here and realize this can't be purple, because if this is purple, then this would be 0, and it's not 0. So this is filling, and this is the crust. We'll get back to this 9 real quickly, but let's first look at this diagonal. You realize, again, the lowest this could be is a 3. The lowest this could be is a 3 because of the 2-8 pair looking at it. So now this looks like it could be a 2 or a 3. But keep in mind, these are a 3-4 pair also. So could these both be 3s? And the answer is no, because these would both be 4s. So that, in fact, the lowest these can be is a 3-4 pair, which already sums to 10. So this has to be the minimum, which is 2. So now we got the German whisper done, and red has to be 1 because of the German whisper. So now let's look at, let's mark these, I guess. Actually, let's just get rid of the yellow and orange. I don't think we need that anymore. Actually, let's do that. Let's keep that because we might need it at the end. Look at this line here and realize this can't be the 9, the other crust. This can't be 9. So this has to be the crust 9. So these have to sum to 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. So it could either be a 3-4 pair or a 2-5, 2-5 here, like that. So let's do some Sudoku, I think, would be good. The 1-9 pair has to be here. The 1 in the center box is here. And the 9. 9's up here somewhere. 9 is one of these 3. I'm not going to mark that. 1 is one of these 2. And 1 is one of these 2 here. Oh, and 9 in the best box is here. think that all I can do with 1s and 9s now. Let's take a quick look at this diagonal here. We realize there has to be a crust here, which has to be opposite of 1. So this has to be the 9. This is the 1. So 1 over here. And the 9s might be done. And so this has to, the filling must add up to 10 on this along this diagonal. So this has to be either 5, 5 or 4, 6. The other 4, 6. And remember, outside of the sandwich has to be gray, cannot be 1 or 9. So that eliminates another potential 1 location. These can't be gray. So let's look at, should I look at this clue? Or do some more Sudoku? I do not remember. This is 8. These are 2s over here. What am I missing? Oh, here it is. This is what I missed. The sandwich clue. Remember, there's already a 1 along that diagonal, so this can't be 1. Should have marked that earlier. That marks purple here. I mean red. 1, 1. So now we're the only location for a 1 in this column is here. So now it's time to look at this diagonal and realize since this is 1 is already here. Oops, that should be red. Let's finish up some grays. This can't be 1 because there's already a 1 along that diagonal, the 14 diagonal. So these are the final 1s. And now let's quickly look at this diagonal, see what possibilities exist. Now you have a 3, 4 pair looking here, so the lowest this could be is a 5. The lowest this could be is a 2. This looks like the lowest is a 5, because it's Sudoku, and a 3, 4 pair. And the lowest this could be is a 2. And if you look at all the minimums, they actually sum to 14, so that is the answer. So it is the minimums, 5, 2, 2. Get rid of some. Now we have more 3, 4s in here. And now, should we look at this? Yes, we should. This can't be 5 anymore because the 2 got taken out. So this is the other 3, 4. 3, 4 looking here. So now we have a bunch of 3, 4s everywhere. See any other diagonals to do? Ah, yes, this diagonal. We knocked out the 4 out of here. So these have to be the 5, 5 to add up to 10. So these are the 5s. And now the 4, 6 determines that the orange is the 3. Let's get rid of the orange, and the yellow is the 4. Let's get rid of the yellow. So, can we do Sudoku, or I think it's Sudoku all the way out now? Did I miss any more diagonals? No, I think they're all done. So let's look at, what's the number we can look at? Let's look at this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, with a 7 in the middle. which leaves a 4, 4, 6 over here, which we know, 4, 6, and this leaves a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 5, 8, 7. This can't possibly be the 5, because the German Whisper, and this has to be a 2 or a 3, because the German Whisper next is 7 or 8. Let's look at this. Oh, this column looks pretty tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's look at this row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not 7. 8. Let's look at the last two in this box. This can't be 6, 7, so it's a 4 and a 5. So it's a 5, 4. That places a 6 or 8 here. Could this be? This is 6, 7, 8, and a 3. What is this? Row here is 3, 4. Row 4 has to go here. And a 3, 6, 7, 6, 7. Knocks a 6, 7 out of there. That's an 8, 6, 7. Things are starting to collapse. 7, 7. Clean up here. 8, 4, 6. Let's look at this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and a 4. So 7, 4. Last two here is a 2 and a 5. Not sure which goes where. 1, 2. This is a 3 and a 8. 8, 3. It's a 3 and a 5. 5, 3, 6, 2, 8. That 2 does not help. This 3, 8, 6, 5, 2. That 7 helps that though. 5. And the last one in this row is a 7, which leaves a 2 and a 6. And this leaves a 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a 4, 3, and a 7 there. 6, 7, 3, 6, 8. And the last digit is a 5. Thanks for listening.